is a great day for us. Our CSR is an annual event that we undertake every year, and starting last year we joined hands with Hearts of Green, and we want to join this partnership of planting 15 billion trees. We want our name to appear when the record will be written that Kanisa SACCO will have contributed to the government's initiative of planting 15 billion trees. And we are so happy. Last year we were here, we planted 600 trees. I've walked around, I've seen how the trees are doing. I'm so excited and I can't wait, especially to see the fruits.
We deliberately chose KU Referral Hospital, an institution which is taking care of people who are sick, and we felt that if we plant trees here, and more so specifically the fruits, it is going to be very beneficial not only to the environment but also to the patients and the work of what KU Referral is doing.
Today we came here together with our counterparts, Wangari Maathai Institute, Kanisa SACCO, to carry out tree planting. This is a program that we are supporting corporates to carry out tree planting as per the clarion call from the government, especially the president. It's an agenda by all the corporates to also participate in the sustainability aspect in their agenda. Today we have done fruit trees and also the indigenous trees, and at the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital.
As a SACCO, considering that we are a community-based institution, we bring together people from different cadres of society. One of the most important things we can do is to contribute back to the communities that we come from. And planting trees is just one of those ways through which we can all play our part in ensuring that we contribute to the restoration and transformation of our environment and different landscapes, considering the very many benefits that come from having a clean, a green and a sustainable environment.
I take this initiative as one of the important initiatives that Kanisa SACCO has done as one of their CSR activities. Because at the end of the day, even if you're saving money and you've got no environment according you space to utilize what you've saved with Kanisa SACCO, it's all waste. Therefore, when Kanisa SACCO encourages us to plant and grow trees, and more so targeting on fruit trees and trees that are going to yield fruits and feed the communities, we feel so excited about it, because it's not just about just taking any other tree. We've been guided by the Wangari Maathai Institute on the type of the trees that we were supposed to come and plant with partnership with KUTRH, and therefore this is a great initiative of Kanisa SACCO.
My name is Professor Doita Denya from Wangari Maathai Institute, an institute that was started about 10 years ago to honor the works of Professor Wangari Maathai. And we are here today to continue with her legacy of tree planting and taking care of the environment. And we have joined hands together with Hearts of Green, an NGO, and Kanisa SACCO today to plant the trees and to move the legacy forward for that particular great woman. And you'd like today to encourage people to plant trees that they are able to take care of and to plant them in a secure environment. If you look at where we have planted the trees today, it is secure from interference, so we are very sure that these trees will survive. And we are going to work with Kenyatta University Referral Hospital for the next 3 years to ensure that these trees will survive. And we are quite happy that Kenyatta University could afford us the ground to plant the trees here.
We are so excited, we are so happy about the exercise, and it has run very well. And we pray that the trees will grow, the trees will take care of them. We bring fruits to the environment.
This is something that we need to take serious and continue to invest in landscape restoration, tree planting, and generally environmental conservation initiatives.
Our call to Kenyans as Kanisa SACCO, we are saying that this is a great opportunity, especially now that the rains have started, to come out and plant trees as we all join efforts in fighting the impact of climate change. We are very grateful to our members, especially we could not have done it. This day would not have been a success if they did not have turned up in large numbers. So we thank them for adhering to our call, and also we encourage them also wherever they are, even in their respective homesteads or in their respective institutions, to continue with this effort of planting trees.
And you'd like today to encourage people to plant trees that they are able to take care of and to plant them in a secure environment. If you look at where we have planted the trees today, it is secure from interference, so we are very sure that these trees will survive. And we are going to work with Kenyatta University Referral Hospital for the next 3 years to ensure that these trees will survive. And we are quite happy that Kenyatta University could afford us the ground to plant the trees here.
We are so excited, we are so happy about the exercise, and it has run very well. And we pray that the trees will grow, the trees will take care of them. I mean, we bring fruits to the environment.
This is something that we need to take serious and continue to invest in landscape restoration, tree planting, and generally environmental conservation initiatives.
Our call to Kenyans as Kanisa SACCO, we are saying that this is a great opportunity, especially now that the rains have started, to come out and plant trees as we all join efforts in fighting the impact of climate change. We are very grateful to our members, especially we could not have done it. This day would not have been a success if they did not have turned up in large numbers. So we thank them for adhering to our call, and also we encourage them also wherever they are, even in their respective homesteads or in their respective institutions, to continue with this effort of planting trees.
We know that education is one of the basic principles in cooperative movement, and as a SACCO we have no choice but to oblige. It's important to have informed membership. So today I hope you are ready to learn, are ready to interact with us, ask a lot of questions, so that by the time you leave here you will have known your SACCO even better. There are things that I know
Members, remember the others who are waiting for us online. Richard. Members, welcome back.
Like budget. Wamekuwa tu hapa.
Members, welcome back. Welcome back, members. Members, let's start the meeting. Welcome back. I hope all of you managed to get a cup of tea. Is this thing audible? Is it audible? Technical people, can I be heard? Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, members. Welcome back. We are going to go through the second half of this meeting. And this part will be started by our auditor. Are we together, members? I want those who are settling down to kindly settle down. Kindly settle down. Those who are on the registration desk and you are here, we are asking you to kindly come in. Members, let's settle so that we can go on. We don't want to keep you here until 4 o'clock. Okay? Thank you. I remember during the morning session we discussed about auditor. And that time we were discussing internal auditor, who is part of our staffing. Or rather, they help us with maintaining our books. Now we have our external auditor. And this external auditor was actually appointed by you during the last AGM. And they are going to present to us the financial position of the SACCO. Members, we are together. I see a lot of Kamukujis, yeah? Please, 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 we are getting to a very important session whereby we are going to look at our books. And it is important for you to understand what the SACCO is. Thank you. So allow me to invite the external auditor. And I realize his name is actually a bit hard for me. I don't want to attempt pronouncing it. Otherwise, you'll get to know where I come from. So I will request him to come and introduce himself to us so that he can put his name the way it's supposed to be. Our external auditor, you are invited to the podium. No wonder I was struggling. You are invited to the podium so that you can present the books of accounts to our members. Members, let's just appreciate the auditor as he comes. Thank you. Thank you. He will tell us where his report starts from on the booklet.
So thank you so much. First of all, I want to greet you. Good afternoon. My name is CPA Samuel Mololo from Clyde and Associates. Secondly, I want to thank you, the board and the members, for giving us this opportunity to serve you as the SACCO auditors for last year. That is a job that we do, and we are happy to do it diligently. Yes. So in audit, I'll take you through the audit report. Oh, sorry, I came with a colleague called Kevin. Huh? He's outside attending another virtual meeting, so just bear with us. When he comes back, I'll invite him to say hi. He's our quality control, and I am the technical partner there. We also have our managing partner called CPA Clyde Mutsoto. So I want to take you through the audit report, and just before that, we are going to look at the numbers. So I'll start from the statement, something called Statement of Directors' Responsibilities. I'm not sure if it's in the booklet that you have. It is Statement of Directors' Responsibilities. Page 43. Thank you. So you can open page 43. We are all there. So as you know, as auditors, we have our responsibilities, and these people here have their own responsibilities in regards to these financial statements that we are reading here. So I want to read what is there. The Corporate Societies Act, Cap 490, requires the board of directors to prepare financial statements. You take note of that. Prepare financial statements for each financial year, which give true and fair view of the state of affairs of the SACCO as at the end of the financial year and its operating results for the year in accordance with the IFRS. Number 2, it also requires that the board of directors ensure that the SACCO keeps proper accounting records. That is number 2. We said number 1 is prepare financial statements which give a true and fair view. Number 2 is proper accounting records. Then we continue, which disclose with reasonable accuracy at any time the financial position of the SACCO. It also requires, it is also responsible for safeguarding of assets of the SACCO. So these people have 3 roles. Number 1, prepare financial statements which give a true and fair view. So that is their work. Number 2, to keep proper accounting records. And then number 3, to safeguard the assets of the SACCO. 3 things. And if you can look at that page, they've signed there. You see the signatures there? They've signed against it. So wako sawa na hiyo. They accept their responsibilities. So for auditors' responsibilities, the audit report is detailed, so you will get it there. We now go to the numbers. In your document, it's on page 47. So I'll I'll just scan through the numbers because what is important today is the audit report. So I just scan through the numbers. Basically, we usually have quite some like many reports that we issue after the audit. One of them is the profit and loss, the balance sheet, the cash flow, and the notes. And that's what you have in that booklet. We also have another report called a management letter that we usually issue to them and we discuss. That one highlights the internal weaknesses, anything that we've come across and we've discussed that needs to be mitigated. So, we go to page 47 of your booklet. So that is called a profit and loss account or statement of income statement. It highlights the income and expenditure for the whole year. What you've got as a SACCO and how much and how you've spent it. So, I'll start with the first one, interest on loans. Where there is, you see where we have something called written notes above there. We have notes, we have 2024, we have another 2023 there. So the notes, that's where you can get the detail. So if you want to get the detail of this 51, you go to note 4 at the back of the document. So we have 2024, that is the last year's figures, the one that we audited. And we have 2023, that's called comparative figures. That is figures for the previous year. Okay? So if you want to confirm anything from, you go back to the notes, the detail. So I start with the interest on loans. The interest on loans grew from 43.9 million to 51.3 million. That's a positive increase. That means that your income from loans has grown. That's an increase of around 40%. So we have other interest income, 9.4 to 12.6, 34% increase of other interest income. And then we have other operating income, 8.6, slight drop to 8.1, slight drop of around 5%. So the overall income increased from 62 million to 72 million. It's around 16% increase. Something there, after that we have now expenditure, the spending now. The first item there is interest expenses. Moving up from 5.5 to 32.1. We have other expenses down there. Administrative expenses, fairly constant. Personnel expenses, fairly constant. Other operating expenses, 1.2, 1.1, fairly constant. Marketing expenses, the only expense there that have increased materially is where we have number 12, from 5.6 to 9.2. And that is what was explained here before. Issues IFRS 9. That it's called provision for expected credit loss. So it is required by the law and by the standards that we should provide for expected credit loss. And this year we provided for more because we have a deficit in provision over the years. So if you can look at it even from the notes, you will notice that the only item that is increasing there is the provision for credit loss. So that is number 12, an increment of around 6%. It increased from 2.5 to 6 point something. That's the net increase. We go to governance expenses, 4.5 to 6.3. And then down there we have wherever you make income, as per the law, we operate in a government where we pay taxes. That 26 is the tax payable of 1.8 million, slightly above what we had last year of 1.4, simply because this year we've made more, expected to pay more. Then we have 20% statutory reserve fund. That is usually also the law, that whenever you have an excess, you should preserve 20%. And that 20% goes to your balance sheet. That one is not money out. That one is going to your balance sheet. So you don't end up being paid dividend everything 100%. So at least you retain something for the growth of the SACCO. And then we have provision for dividends and honoraria. After that we have 1.5 million, up from 1.3 million last year. So basically from the profit and loss account, things are not looking bad. So we go to the next page, page 48, where we have the balance sheet. It's nowadays called a statement of financial position. It is a statement that shows assets and liabilities of the SACCO. And I'll just touch on the most important in a SACCO. Number one, we have loan to members. The SACCO issued loans of 433, and then we have, compared with the 2024, 448. That means that the uptake of loans has slightly increased by 3.4%. So again, as you've seen from the profit and loss, most of the income is derived from the interest income. So I will encourage you to uptake loans so that also you have more income in the profit and loss. So if you can see the changes that we had in the income statement of 16%, if the loans increased from 433 to 448, that is 3.4 million. You can see the relationship. If 3.4 can generate around 16%, what about more uptake? And then we go to member deposits. That's another area, material area in your balance sheet. That's a liability, 468.6 to 495.6. Those are your deposits in the SACCO. They've increased from 468 to 495. Whenever you invest in the SACCO, you support it in its operations, and also that's still your money. And then the last item there is cash and cash equivalents, from 12 million to 14.1 million. So that means that the SACCO is still liquid, and it's confirmed by the statement of cash flows. If you can open the statement of cash flows, of interest, there is the last item there. The last item we have, the last item there, cash and cash equivalents at the end of the year, we have it moving from 12.8 to 14.1. That is actually the cash at bank, and we confirmed that is what actually is laying in our bank accounts. So having said that, I want us to go to the audit report. I think it's on page 44 from your document. So the first paragraph, that we've audited the accompanying financial statements of the SACCO from page 47 to 64, which comprise of the profit and loss, the balance sheet, the statement of changes in equity, and the cash flow, and the notes. The second paragraph on the same item, the opinion. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the SACCO as at the end of the year under audit, that is 31st of December 2024. And we are saying that it's in accordance with the financial reporting standards and the Cooperative Societies Act. Then on the same audit report, we have paragraph 4. But before we go to 4, we go to 3, key audit matters. But key audit matters are those matters that in our professional judgment were of most important and significant in our audit of the financial statements of the current period, that is 2020-2024. We only had one key audit matter that was discussed here in length, the IFRS 9 compliance, that is the provision for expected credit loss. We need to bridge that gap with time. Finally, I'll go to the last paragraph. I don't know if you have it in your booklet. Yeah, it's there. Page 46. Read the code matters of the 7th schedule. Report on other legal requirements. As required by the company, the Cooperative Societies Act, we report to you based on our audit that, number 1, we've obtained all the information and explanations that were necessary for our audit. Number 2, in our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the SACCO so far as it appears from our examination of those books. Number 3, the SACCO statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income, that is the balance sheet and the P&L, agree with the books of accounts. The engagement partner responsible for the audit is CPA Clyde Atsango Toto, practicing number 1623. Those books were finalized for audit on 6th of February 2025, and they were approved by SASRA on 17th of February 2025. The copy that I have is stamped by the SASRA. So just before you come up, I want to introduce my colleague. He's called CPA Kevin Maganga, I told you. He's our quality control partner. So he's usually tasked on checking the quality of our audits at the organization. So you can just wave at them. Yeah. So thank you, members. And thank you again for giving us this opportunity to serve you as your external auditors. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that report. And members, you have heartily clapped. We now need to receive that report before we bring the next presenter. We need someone to propose so that we can receive this report for discussion. Anyone from within? Do you have someone? We have someone, 2 hands actually. Siboni, how are you? We give the lady now that today is International Women's Day.
Thank you. My Kanisa SACCO member is KS 000423, and my name is Jacinta Okumu, and I propose for adoption of the audit report.
Thank you, Okumu. Thank you for proposal. We have Bonnie on the other side.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Boniface Maina, member number KS0145. I second.
Thank you. Thank you, Boniface. You have second. And members, allow us to go to the next presenter. And if you have a question, please note it down, yeah? Then we will look at the auditor's report and also the budget. And there is a bit of interruption. They are replenishing the water, which is okay, but this is the time that I'm going to invite our treasurer to come and take us through the budget so that we will be looking at the auditor's report vis-a-vis the budget for 2025 and the proposed one for 2026. So our treasurer, please come to the podium.
Okay. Thank you, Salome. As I introduced myself earlier, for those who were not in at that time, my name is CPA Richard Koller, the current treasurer of our society. On behalf of the board, I take this time to present to you the revised budget for the year 2025, as well as the proposals being made for the year 2026. And it outlines the projected income and expenditure for the 2 years. This budget has been carefully crafted to ensure that we continue to serve our members, or to give the best to our members, even as we maintain financial stability. The adjustments we are proposing to make for the year 2025, this was adopted last year. We are making based on the historical performance of the society, as well as taking care of the members' needs in this coming year, as well as the broader economic environment of our country. And I'll go directly to income. It's summarized there, the income and expenditure, the way we have been doing it for the last 3 years. You know, we derive our income mainly from 3 streams. That is interest on the loans we give to members, and from the operating income, that is on loan processing fees and other fees charged relating to the loans, as well as the products we give to our members. And then the third one is on the investments, which is mainly the money market fund investments, as well as the government security investments. So the income on loans, last year, for year 2025, we had approved a budget of 5.5 million. We didn't do major adjustments. We are adjusting it just from 55.5 to 55.7, and proposing for year 2026, 58.5 million. For operating income, the budget is on page 65. Those who are not there, it's on page 65 in our book letter. From the operating income, last year, we had approved a budget of 9.3 million. This we are revising to 8.7, given the historical performance of the streams in under this income stream, and proposing 8.5 million for the year 2026. From the investment income, the year 2024 was very good. The interest rate offered in the market were very high, but this has been on a steady decline since October last year for those who monitor the money market funds. So for year 2022, we got 12.6 million. That was the actual. We exceeded the budget, and you had approved 11.7. We are proposing to revise this to 12.3, slightly lower than what we achieved in 2024, mainly because the interest rate has been going down. So we also anticipate that it will also go down, though not marginally. We go to expenditure, and the first is on personnel. The actual amount we incurred in the year 2024 was 8.8, and you had approved for year 2025 8.7 million. We are proposing that we revise this to 9.2. As you remember, during the CEO report presentation, there was a suggestion that we introduce marketing person, that this should be able to take care of that, even if we get the person from media going forward. So we are proposing that you allow us to adjust this from 8.7 to 9.2 million, and proposing for year 2026, 9.6. Under governance, the actual expense for year 2024 was 6.3 million. The members had approved 6.3 for year 2025. We are maintaining the same and proposing 6.6 million for year 2026. Financial expenses, this is mainly bank charges and the fee we paid for loan guard, as well as the provisions we made on non-performing loans. And actually, non-performing loans makes the bulk of this amount. The year 2024, 9.2, at least you can see how we are performing. A good number of us are not servicing their loans. The members had approved that we have 8.3 in the year 2025. We are revising this to 7.4, given the strategic measures that the board as well as the office are taking. So we are hoping to reduce the non-performing loans significantly. Marketing expenses, we incurred 1.7 million in the year 2024. You had approved 2 million for year 2025. We are proposing that we reduce this one slightly down to 1.7 as we pursue digital marketing mostly, which will not incur us a lot of money. And we are proposing 1.8 for the year 2026. For administrative expenses, the year 2024, we incurred 3.9, almost 4 million. What was approved was 3.8 or 3.9, a slight, we surpassed the approved budget slightly. And we are revising this to 5.1, mainly because of the new strategic plan that has been developed for the year 2025 going to 2027, the development and implementation of that strategic plan. Depreciation expense was 1 million in 2024. 1.3 was approved for 2025 last year, and we are maintaining the same. And proposing 1.3 for the year 2026. Professional fees, mainly the audit fees we pay to external auditor, internal auditor. For system audit as well as other fees paid by the society directly, with these ones we don't transfer to the members. The year 2025, we incurred 300,000. The amount that was approved by the members was 850,000. We are revising it slightly downwards to 620,000 and proposing 651,000 for the year 2026. Tax provision, this will depend on the amount of interest that we'll have earned during the year from our investments. And in the year 2024, we paid 1.8. We are projecting that we are likely to pay almost the same 1.8, adjusting it slightly upwards from 1.7 to 1.8 and proposing 1.9 for the year 2026. Capital expenditure, we are proposing to invest heavily in digitization, I think as per the director report and also the CEO report. And we are proposing to spend on hardware, computer hardware and backup systems. Last year you had approved a budget of 500, but after reviewing the current needs of the society and having a heavy discussion on this, we are proposing this be revised to 1.6. Automation and digitization software, the first one is hardware, the software. Last year, the members approved 400. This is also being proposed to move from 400 to 1.6 after market research and the plans that the society have for the current year going forward. Other office equipments, you had approved 400,000, but this we are revising downwards to 30,000. Office furniture, last year members approved 200,000, but we are maintaining the same and proposing also 200 for the year 2026. And that, members, is our summarized revised budget for 2025, as well as the proposed amounts for the year 2026. I take it back to the moderator, Salome, so that we adopt it and have a discussion on it.
Let's give a clap to Richard. Thank you very much, Richard. We need to receive the budget as read by Richard, and then we have reaction towards that budget together with the auditor's report. And I will request Charles get us a proposer and a recorder online, because the other report was adopted physically. And I hope online people, we are together. We don't want you to be left behind.
So from online, we have Ruth Mochama, membership number KS03749, who proposes. Waiting for a seconder. Jackson Muasa says we are together, but Harun Oduor, membership number KS01979, seconds.
Thank you very much, online members, and thank you for all the appreciations that you've given unto us online. We receive them. Members, now it's time to react to the two reports. I don't know whether there is any reaction that has come through online, but as we wait for that, those who are inside here, you can shoot up your hand if you have a reaction, whether a comment, a question, a clarification. This is your time. We have one.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Dennis Osewe, for those who don't know, KS03195. Mine is a comment to members, not really a question. If you go to page 59, under loan aging, It's written aging analysis. Members focus on aging analysis. You see where there's 0 days, 31 days, up to over 365 days. We are not doing SACCO justice. If we moved the provisioning from 30 to 50, we who are seated here, it is our own cause. Remember, when you sign a loan form, it says after 90 days, either the guarantor pays or the loanee pays. So either we as guarantors have failed our responsibility. That's why we are repeating the 7% dividend. We are supposed to get higher. Godfrey cannot give us higher if we who are seated here allow our friends not to pay. So kindly, as Collins will be sending SMSs, go to the portal, look at the people you guaranteed. If you see anything apart from performing, start calling that friend of yours. Need be, ask Godfrey if our legal team can help you find a way of auctioning that guy. Because we are on chartered waters as a country, and we cannot allow any shilling not to be paid. I'm speaking as a former credit manager, so I know the pain of provisioning. So kindly, if you know you have a friend who is not paying, who is not even planning to do repayment plan with the SACCO, kindly reach out to the office. Need be, on worst case scenario, auction the fella, on worst case scenario. Secondly, on this booklet, you'll notice there's assets, and even the management has alluded that we have a problem in selling assets. Sisi tuko hapa. How many of us have land? Let's be honest. Those of us who have land, just carry up your hand. Personal land with your title deed. How many? You're not proud of what Kanisa has done for you? Jesus Christ. We don't have land. I'm looking at less than 10% seated here. The SACCO is advertising land. I'm not seeing people rushing asking Godfrey, tutapajaje land ya Nakuru. I've seen land for 1.3 ya Nakuru. Miti mingi. Very nice place. When we read this thing, look at what interests you. The auditor has done a very good job on showing you what interests you, not the other notes. When we auction land, the first priority is you. So if we leave iende kwa gazeti, alafu iuzwe, then utakuja kusema, oh, sahi Godfrey ameweka hapa makompyuta. Watoto wenu si wanaenda shule na wanafanya coding, watu wa CBC. Kompyuta zauzwa, sisikii swali. When Godfrey will sell, we'll come back here hitting him. How was it sell? What was the procedure? Anyway, nisiseme mingi.
Thank you very much, Dennis. That's our former credit manager. You want to clap for him? Someone was trying to clap for him. Thank you. Thank you for adding that call, and he knows where the shoe pinches. That's why he's coming up to say that. Thank you. We have another question. Actually, that was not a question. There were comments and challenge to members. Thank you. Go ahead.
My name is Angeline, member number 0359. And I'm very grateful that you're doing a good job, and congratulations to the team at Kanisa SACCO. My concern, it's just a concern, it's not really a question. And I'm building on to what Dennis said, that there's land that is being sold. But what is catching my attention is that there is also equipment that is being procured, looking at the capital expenditure. And it's massive equipment, because looking at the percentage increases, how are we able to equip our members to also be some of the suppliers of these services and equipments? I think we need to be more robust on how we are advertising, because my feeling is that, just as he has said, the land is being advertised, but maybe we don't get to see where it's being advertised. How are we tracking what we are sending out, maybe in form of emails, in form of SMSs, to ensure that even as we are purchasing these, we are equipping our members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angeline, and thank you for that concern, and response will be given. We have another question.
Thank you. Member number KS.
Mr. Gitao,
yes.
kindly stand so that members can see you.
Thank you. My name is Wilfred, member number KS 176. And my concern was on the cash and cash equivalents. I find that in our accounts there was an amount of over 10 million held in the M-Pesa deposits, and I want to believe that all that money did not suddenly accumulate on that 1st December 2024. And with the current tools available in the market for generating income, like the money market funds, which is one of the areas in which the SACCO invests in, I wonder why such money would not have been generating some cash for us, because even at 1%, that would have been like 100,000. So maybe the management can look into that. And the other comment is, if you look at our expenditure, it has really been growing exponentially in the last couple of years. And while some of it is understandable, it is due to the need to comply with the new SASRA regulations. Some of them are also recurrent expenditures. But when you look at the growth on the members' bottom line, which is shown by the amount of interest on deposits that members get, it has been a single digit for far too long, and one would almost be forgiven to think there is an arithmetic formula to keep it at 6 to 7%. Why can't we, see that growing into double digits now that the membership has grown, and the members also want to feel the warmth that comes with the growth of the SACCO. And thank you for the good job you are doing. Otherwise, we are happy.
Thank you, Mr. Gitao, for that. And the concerns are appreciated. They will be responded to. Can we check whether we have some? I see one hand here, but at the same time, Charles will be checking whether you have some questions online. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnson Manyanza, member number 1105. My concern goes to maybe what Dennis has talked about the defaulters, because everybody has talked about it, from the CEO, the supervisory committee, and I think it's a concern about the non-performing loans. So can we differentiate between the non-performing loans, what has been transferred to guarantors, because it is affected maybe twice. Your money is chopped from the savings, and also the money is taken back because you can't be given the dividends or the interest because of the non-performing loans. So I think it's a concern for the members that these loans are hitting from us. And on the same note, I wanted maybe the CEO to explain what the role of the team, the credit team, is doing when we provide the names of those that have defaulted. Is there a way in which they are pursuing them on behalf? Because sometimes you guarantee people with good faith, but the heart of a man might be deceitful. You start calling, you lose friends because you are calling them. But if they are pursued from a legal perspective, it's different. Thank you.
Thank you, member, for those concerns, and they are valid, and the CEO will respond to that. Any question from online so that they are not left out?
From online, we do not have a question, but a comment from George Karani, who says that we should add a section on the portal where items and assets that we are offering for sale are posted for members to see.
Thank you, online members. We still encourage you to ask questions, and the CEO is on standby to answer some of the questions. Let's finish with this, then we'll come back to another round of questions.
So thank you, Salome, and thank you, members, for the questions. I want to start with Dennis. Thank you. I don't know when you came. We tried to look for you so that we can appreciate you, but feel appreciated, and thank you for joining us. Dennis is still a member of the SACCO, even though he is not working with us. So that shows the confidence of what we are doing. Angeline, it's true in terms of supplies. Actually, I think all our suppliers are members. In all honest, even the people who printed this booklet, they are our members. Where we are hosting our AGM, the staff here are members of Kanisa. That's why we didn't go to Pride Inn or wherever else. But we will try as much as possible to incorporate other suppliers. If you are here, you can supply one or two things, you are free to reach out to us. We don't source for services outside, but if we don't have, then it allows us to seek for other. And the majority of the times, we said this for quotation. So it's true, if you have any business that you're doing and you think you can serve the SACCO, feel free to come to our office, bring your profile, tell us what you do, we will support. And that is what we normally do. In terms of communication, I know you said, we said a lot of emails, but I can tell you, the number of people who open those emails are very few. And they open emails depending on the content. If you write, I want to pay interest on deposit or dividends, it will have 100% click. Wait until you said something else, the strategic plan. How many opened that email for the strategic plan? Be honest, to Kanisa. You see, how many have updated on their interest on deposit and how they want to be paid their dividend? Almost everyone. So, you know, that is the irony of everything, but we are human beings and we understand. So, this information is sent, Angeline, but probably we don't see it. Like now, we sent an email on issues of contestants. But funny enough, nobody showed up, and that email was sent in the month of December. You know, that's a discussion for another day. Gitao, Wilfred is talking about issues relating to money in the M-Pesa. I can tell you, those were balances that came between 20th of December and 31st of December. And what happens? Majority of the members, when do they pay? It's towards the end of the month. And then, during that period, probably the office is normally closed. So that is the reason why you see a lot of money lying there. But I can tell you, immediately we come back or we open, we try to take advantage of the money market as much as possible. All right? Expenditure growing versus EIOD digits. I want you to turn to one of the notes on, I think that is page, where do we have the financial expense? Page 57. Let's go to page 57. Page 57, note number 12. Are we there? Are we read the provision for loan loss? How much? 6.5. Now, I join your question with what Manyanza said. If we all pay our loans, if we have zero provisioning, we would not be taking that 6.5 as a provisioning and thus as an expense, but where would it come to? To interest. It is our responsibility to pay our loans in time, like Dennis has said, it is our responsibility to meet our obligations when they fall due. It is because of that that SASRA forces us to put provisioning actually to increasing from 3.5 to 6.5. Other SACCOs that don't have these issues, they don't make provisioning. If we were to pay and bring it back down, we would actually write back all that provisioning that we've made back to the members. It is not that the SACCO cannot give 10%. We can comfortably do, especially now that the SACCO is doing well. But there are some people who are dragging us behind, and it is our responsibility, like what Johnson has said, let us pay our loans and let us make people pay their loans. We don't want to be making this provisioning. If we make it zero and we add to the 30-something million, it comes back to you. So it is true. Those people who are not paying the loans, they are affecting you both as guarantors and as returns. They eat from all sides because I recover your deposit, but still the small that will remain doesn't earn the maximum or the optimal that we would have wanted to give. Do you understand? Situmeelewa? Yeah, so we have to balance. This time we have to balance. We have to put something as provisioning. We don't want to have the loss. We have to be very stable. So we have to provide, and we still have to look at your case. So we say, we kula hii, na sisi tuweke hii, alafu SASRA nakubali, tuende miaka 2 tukue fully compliant. So in terms of us trying to protect, of course, we keep on following. We have read through, we said we are auctioning people's property, we are putting debt correctors, we are following. But funny enough, some of the people, because of what happened, even if you follow, now
we still continue to invite you to ask more. As actually the chair of credit, there's a lot that goes on, and like it has been said, we cannot overemphasize in terms of repayment of your loan. So members, when we tell you that we cannot issue a particular loan, we hope you understand, because of the technicalities and the many issues that happens, because their loans are brought to us and we say no, we cannot issue this loan because probably it doesn't meet the threshold that we require. I see some members online, they still have some concerns, and I hope they will still continue to be addressed. And here we still have some members who have questions. Yeah, we take another final round of questions for that, then we carry on.
My name is Ronald Onyango, 0344. My issue is on the property for auction. I'm seeing quite a number of property, and there is a concern being raised that members are not buying some of this property. There's a higher chance that we're auctioning this because we gave out loans and they've not been serviced, and then we now need to sell. There's a probability of that. But my question is, how do you expect us to buy 0.043 hectares of land at 1.2 million in Mitimengi? I'm from Nakuru region where I was raised. That doesn't sound and make sense to me. To buy land less than an acre at 1.2 million. So how do we at times also, as Kanisa SACCO, how do we evaluate land for us to give loans? Because now this is also something we need to think about. Or because I'm not from Bungoma, but I'm thinking buying half an acre for 900,000. Does it make sense, guys? I'm from Ugenya, whereby an acre is about 150,000. So also, so some of this also, like as a society, I think we also need to look at how do we need to sell this to go, because we might end up staying with these properties for another 2 years. Like, we need to really think about some of these things. I know somebody asked, like, does anybody have land? We might have from our grandfathers, so we might not want to buy an acre, because With 1.2 million, I can build a house in Ugenya instead of buying land whereby it's about 40 minutes drive from Nakuru town. Because I'm from that region, that's why I know. In Baruk, the only thing that can be near me is the military base. So can we also think in terms of when we propose such, or when somebody comes with the property and evaluation has to be done, do I really need to take a loan for 1 million for a property the society can't sell later? Because that now comes to the point of CEO, the laws hapo ambaye tunasema the 2 digits for the dividends to come in. Because some of this property, there's a higher chance tutatengeneza vioski za Coca-Cola kuuza maziwa.
Thank you. Thank you, member, for those concerns. And we've actually gone through many adjustments, even in our credit policy, because as you know, we didn't start taking collaterals to secure a loan long time ago. We started somewhere, and as we carry on, we are learning a number of things, like where we need not probably to accept some collaterals from specific areas. We have made changes in our credit policy, and we'll continue to make certain changes to ensure that we don't expose the SACCO and of course the members to some of those eventualities. But having said that, members actually also need to take responsibility for that, because they actually own some of these lands. So thank you very much. Any other reaction before we? Any other? Looks like here we are good. Online, we are good. Yeah, there is somebody online who was asking about whether the issue of delayed updates was addressed, and actually it was addressed. It's Fred Ochieng online, and Ochieng, we were advised that we can take advantage of USSD, and if you have a specific concern for yourself, you can actually always reach out to the office, and staff will be able to sort you out. Thank you. There is another concern?
Yeah, I'm Alfred Kibunja, and my concern runs along audits and governance. And it is with regard to Cusco and the fiasco that's going on. What measures are we taking to safeguard our interest? And how have we been affected with the same?
Thank you, member. And did you say your membership number?
I will say it later. Right now it has evaporated.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Our staff